Hello all. A very good evening. Yeah, hi Dhanush. I remember you. Long back. 1 year back. You used to attend all our live sessions. Okay. How you guys are writing exams, right? Very well. So now, I hope all of you have watched our IDT marathon which was released. IDT marathon which was released. I think you all have watched it. In an hour the final IDT will be released. It's in the currently it's okay. So half an hour back only I completed recording of it. So it was being uploaded into YouTube. Once it's uploaded now they'll release. 2 hours. 2 hours only, sir. Will be clear for 2 hours. Okay. See now. How do we cover IDT? Already before me, I think Raviteja Saras came and discussed about how to or what to prepare for DT. Let me tell you for IDT. Yes, I'm planning to cover MCQs in this 2 hours, the MCQs booklet, and then some questions from workbook. Okay, that's what I'm planning actually. Sir, IDT, the MCQs, sir. How many MCQs we are getting from IDT, sir? We are getting 8 MCQs. In some places, 8 to 9 MCQs. 8 to 9 MCQs we are getting from IDT. That's why it's very important, and these are simple MCQs only, sir. As far as my understanding, my overview, I believe once we solve the institute MCQs, there itself directly questions are being asked. That's why. And then if you watched marathon, there I have explained clearly under question number 6A, 6B, 7A, 7B, 8A, 8B, what questions are being asked. Again, I am writing once again, 6A and 6B. Both these questions are from introduction chapter only. Introduction chapter only. Now, 1 day back or half day back, I have seen, okay, introduction chapter. Sometimes understand here, introduction chapter, there are being 14 marks being asked. Introduction chapter, 14 marks is being asked. Now, for this, many students are again thinking where to study, which questions to study. Sir, download the past examination papers and mock test papers. Those questions only I have compiled. I have shared to few people. I don't know whether you got it, that one or not. Hardly 8 questions. From there only they are keep on asking na. So that's why. If not, there is a chance, little chance for supply. Little chance. That's why in workbook there are 3 or 4 questions. I'll discuss them also now. Okay. Now question number 7A. 7A is always from either charge or composition. 7B is being asked from time of supply, value of supply. 8A is from ITC or registration chapter. 8B, it is from customs valuation, the format based question. Okay. Now a student has asked like, sir, what if some unexpected question comes maybe here? Sir, understand why you are thinking of asking an unexpected question. I don't understand. First of all, there is always a chance of being unexpected to a little extent. But the point to be remembered here is, out of these 3 questions, we are aiming all the 3, right? 2 if you write properly also, it's enough. 2 if you write properly also. See, let's say 6A question, 6B question if you wrote properly also, 14 marks, try to get 10 to 12 marks here. And then another question again, some 10 to 12 marks. So how much you are getting average? Some 22 marks you are getting, right? MCQs, 6 MCQs, if you go it on your way also, how much you are getting? 34 marks only from here you are getting. Even in a worst case scenario also. So why you are worrying about like from the chapter I left only the question will come and all? Sir, if at all that happens in such a way, it not only affects you, it affects you everyone. So be little courageous, okay? It's nothing going to happen if you leave 1 chapter or 2 chapters. Okay, 30% of the syllabus you leave. Study 70%. You could clear with exemptions. Trust me. Okay, 30% you could leave outrightly also. 70% you prepare properly. That's enough. Okay, in CMA, understand, because of our limited time for revising, we cannot recall or we cannot study 100%. So if you prepare 70% also, it's fine, but the same thing should be revised a number of times. That's what is the key. Okay, so you understand, right? So MCQs, this is the pattern. So my suggestion is like, if you're a Telugu student, go and watch the marathon. I think already you might have watched the marathon. That itself has covered everything. Okay, I'm going to talk about here again a little brush up of MCQs now, and then from workbook, few questions like supply chapter, which I didn't discuss in marathon now. To cover that risk also, some 4 or 5 questions are there that I'll be covering. Okay. First, be strong, sir. Be brave. Nothing is going to happen here. Okay. Whatever you prepared, be confident. Confidently attempt them. You're gonna clear this time. Okay. Have that confidence. Now, look at this MCQ Bank, sir. Sir, this file, it is an institute source file only. Okay, you can download it also. Sir, for English students, like if at all you want to watch, last attempt for December 2024 attempt only, I have uploaded the introduction related and customs related video, which I have explained elaborately. Okay, elaborately for the required for the exam page only. So this too you could cover there, which was there in English only, which was recorded in English only. And then last attempt I have recorded an MCQs video also, which is also completely in English only, that you guys can watch. Telugu students the marathon which we recorded for this attempt is like something done after a lot of analysis. If you do that for 3-4 times by now also, you will be in a so much comfortable position. See now, sir, everybody, you should be ready with the answer, sir. You should be so quick to answer the questions. Okay? Ready na? Accept the challenge. You should be participative. You should be answering the MCQs in quick time. Okay, so quick you should be. Who is empowered to make laws? Who is empowered to make laws for matters containing in list 2 of schedule 7 of Constitution of India? Sir, Constitution of India, schedule 7 has how many lists? 3 lists. List 1, list 2, list 3. List 1, list 2, list 3. Now what does list 2 consist of? List 2, who is empowered to make law for matters containing in list 2? State government. State government. So the answer is what? State government. Then the power, next one. The power to make laws with respect to goods and service tax has been given by Constitution wide article. So which of these articles of Constitution gives power to frame laws with respect to GST? Article 279A, 246A, 246, 365. Which gives the power to frame GST law? Article 279A. Article 279A gives, sorry, not Article 279A. What it is? Article 246A. Article 246A gives the power to central and state governments to frame laws with respect to GST. 246A, not 279A. Article 246A. Everybody respond. All of you should respond. Okay? Then, sir, Article 279A. Someone has answered Article 279A. Article 279A is about GST Council. Okay? Article 246 gives the power to frame laws in general. 246A specifically for GST. 279A is for Council. Then, indirect taxes, which nature? Regressive in nature, progressive in nature. Sir, this MCQ if you don't answer, okay, you should jump into the bucket full of water and die. Very easy MCQ. Indirect tax is what? Progressive in nature or regressive in nature? Indirect tax is regressive in nature. Then, which one of the following is not an example of indirect tax types? Which of the following is not an example of indirect taxes? GST, customs duty, income tax. Income tax is not an example of indirect tax. What are the examples of indirect taxes? GST and customs duty. Then, in case of indirect taxes, the impact of incidence of tax fall on. In case of indirect taxes, the impact of incidence of tax fall on. One person, different persons, state government, none of this. So the impact and incidence of tax fall on. In case of indirect taxes, in case of indirect taxes, the incidence of tax will fall on different persons, sir, but ultimately it will be paid by end consumer. So it will be on what? Different persons. Then, levy of indirect tax on goods and service may leads to what? Sir, if you levy indirect tax, let's say 100 rupees product, on that you levy indirect tax 18%, it will become what? 118. So levy of indirect tax will leads to what? Inflation. Levy of indirect tax leads to what? Inflation. Levy of indirect taxes leads to inflation. Then, levy and collection of central indirect tax are dealt by CBICA, CBDTA, NICA, UGSA. CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. For direct taxes, CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes. Then, in pre-GST regime, excess duty has been levied by, sir, this we studied where? Taxes subsumed into GST. So now, let me see how many of you have watched my marathon. I'll understand now. Tell the code we have kept for the taxes that are subsumed into GST. We have kept a code for taxes that are subsumed into GST. So what is that one? Taxes that are subsumed into GST. No one remembers? No one? Taxes that are subsumed into GST. Yes, CL house. So CL house is for what? Central sales tax. advertisement tax, luxury tax, lottery tax, octroi tax, VAT, excise duty, entertainment tax, service tax. So all these taxes are subsumed into GST. Now, excise duty has been levied by whom? Central government, whereas VAT has been levied by state government. VAT has been levied by state government, excise duty is levied by central government. Cascading means what? Tax on tax is called as what? Cascading. Cascading means tax on tax. Tax on tax is called as what? Cascading. Tax on tax is called as what? Cascading. Okay. So I am increasing the speed, sir, little bit. Okay. So till now, since you need to understand now, I went little slowly. Now I will increase the pace. Who is empowered to make law for matters contained in list 1? Sir, list 2 na it is what? Central government. List 1, who is he? State, central government. List 2, state government. List 1, central government is the one empowered to frame laws. Then, the items which will be taxed both under current central excise law and even new GST after the implementation of GST Act. Both, okay, which were taxable under excise and even under GST. That means on those products, GST is there and even excise is also there. What are those? Tobacco and tobacco products. Tobacco and tobacco products. Then, who is the chairman and head of the GST Council meeting? For GST Council, Prime Minister, Union Finance Minister, option 3, Union Finance Minister will be the chairman and will be heading the GST Council meeting. Okay, Union Finance Minister. Then, the IGST Act extends to whole of India, including state of Jammu and Kashmir. IGST Act extends to whole of India. Then, which of the following is not the benefits of GST? Out of these, which of the following is not benefits of GST? Okay, sir, for this creation of unified national market is the benefit of GST. What is creation of unified national market? Across the country, same rules, same procedures, same set of laws, same set of due dates. So that's why everywhere it's like common only. So no credit, input tax credit restrictions also. That's why creation of unified national market is a benefit of GST. Boost to Make in India initiative. How? At every stage input tax credit is given so that the cost will come down. The cost will come down, then many manufacturing facilities will be coming into India, which is a boost to Make in India initiative. Then reduction of compliance burden to taxpayers. Okay, sir, this is not a benefit of GST, sir. Buoyancy na increase to government revenue. Yes, due to introduction of GST also, government revenue will increase. How? The tax leakages has been avoided, so that, and foolproof system has been developed and the coverage has been much more extended. So that's why there is an increase to government revenue. So what is the answer? Which is not the following? Which of the following is the benefits of GST, sir? So I think here, except first one, creation of unified national market is a benefit. Boost to Make in India is also a benefit. Increase in revenue of government is also a benefit. So reduction of compliance burden. Actually, through GST, you need not to file multiple returns. So you could file, okay, instead of following all those earlier laws, central excise tax, advertisement tax, sales tax, you will be following only one rule or one law. That's why compliance burden also has been reduced. So that's why all these are benefits of GST. Then, which of the following taxes has been subsumed into GST? CA laws, central sales tax, excise duty, VAT. All of the above is the correct answer. Then, India has chosen dash model of GST. Sir, we have France is the first country to adopt GST, but Canada model we have adopted, Canadian GST model. Then, Constitution Amendment Act 2016 for GST was dash 101st amendment to the constitution. GST is what? 101st amendment to the constitution. Then the incidence of tax on tax is called as what? Tax cascading. The incidence of tax on tax is called as what? Cascading. Then UT-GST Act is applicable when? When the UT-GST Act is applicable, when the goods are sold from one union territory to goods are sold from union territory. Actually, it should be like within the union territory, sir. Goods purchased by central government, no. Sold from one union territory to another, na, IGST applicable. So here, sold from union territory is the correct answer. Next, under which article of the Constitution of India GST Council has been constituted? GST Council has been constituted as per Article 279A. Article 279A empowers the President to constitute GST Council. Who will be there in GST Council? Union Finance Minister acts as chairperson. From every state, Finance Minister or other nominated minister will be there. And okay, and out of the state finance ministers, one will be acting as vice chairperson. The the voting powers of council are like one third is to the central government, 2/3 are to the state governments jointly. To take a decision in council, 3/4 of the members should be in favor. 3/4 of the vote should be in favor, right? Then GSTN Goods and Service Tax Network is a 100% government owned company. GSTN is a 100% government owned company. Then we are entering into the second chapter, sir. Now the term supply. Okay, this MCQ. The term supply includes what? Sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, lease, rental, disposal. Sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, lease, rental, disposal. That means the answer is what? All of the above. Then, which of the following activities or transactions here shall be treated as neither as supply of good nor supply of service? Neither supply of good nor supply of service. What? Sale of land and building covered under negative list. Rent of, sir, which of the following is covered now? Only sale of land and building is only covered. Lease of land, rent of building, these are not covered by negative list. So negative list, this is, sir, Schedule 3. Schedule 3. We have a code for this also. Flames, funeral, burial, crematorium services. Funeral, burial, crematorium services. L for land and building. A for actionable claims other than specified. M for MPs and MLAs. E for employee providing services to employer. S for Supreme Court, High Court and other tribunal services. Then gifts not exceeding value in a financial year by an employer to employee shall not be treated as supply. Gift. Sir, what is the proviso here? Actually, when any goods and services are provided between related persons, without consideration also it is what? Supply. But if such gift is given by employer to employee and the aggregate value of such gifts is within 50,000, then it is not a supply. So here the amount is what? 50,000. Then a hotel provides 4-day 3 nights package with the facility of breakfast. So it provides a 4-day and 3 nights package along with breakfast. Along with what? Breakfast. So it is what? Sir, it is a usual expectation. So what to be treated? It is a composite supply. Composite supply. Then, which of the following are essential elements of a mixed supply? Which of the following are essential elements of a mixed supply? So what are those? Supply is made by a taxable person to recipient. Supply consists of 2 or more individual supplies of goods or as both. Supply is made for a single price. Sir, understand what is the definition of mixed supply? Should be made by a taxable person. Correct. Here, there. And it should consist of 2 or more individual supplies or any combination thereof, but are not naturally bundled. two or more individual supplies but not naturally bundled, and that is made for a single price. So what is the, it's a mixed supply. So all these are essential points of mixed supply. So the answer is all of the above. Sir, composite supply and mixed supply by heart. If any case they ask a question from supply na, it should be from where? Composite supply and mixed supply. Then in case of import of goods, which type of GST is applicable? Import is an interstate transaction. Import is what? Interstate. So which tax is leviable? IGST is leviable. Then reverse charge mechanism means the liability to pay tax. The liability to pay tax is on dash of supply of goods. Sir, under RCM, who has to pay tax? Under RCM, who has to pay tax? Supplier, recipient, or Sai Krishna? Na? Sai Krishna, how are you? Sir, reverse charge mechanism means the liability to pay tax is on what? Recipient. Then, which of the following goods can be issued by government to exempt goods and services on which tax is leviable in exceptional cases? Sir, understand this one. Which of the following can be issued by government to exempt tax in exceptional cases? Sir, this is from exemptions chapter. Sir, under exemptions chapter, there is 11.1 and 11.2. This 11.1 and 11.2 are like the power to give exemption notification. The power to give exemption notification. Under 11.1, it is a general exemption notification. 11.2, it is what? Special order. Then, renting of premises, religious premises meant for general public, owned and managed by charitable trust under 12A of income tax shall be exempt. So renting of religious premises is exempted when per room less than 1,000, if it is for shop less than 10,000, and for premises, community halls, open area where charges per day are less than 10,000. So all of the above. Then for which of the following goods the manufacturer is not allowed to opt for composition scheme? If he is a manufacturer of notified goods, what are called notified goods? Tobacco, ice cream, pan masala. Tobacco, ice cream, pan masala, aerated water, bricks, tiles. So that's why all of the above. This is also all of the above. Then the time of supply of goods where supplier is liable to pay tax under forward charge. Sir, under forward charge, what is the time of supply? The time of supply under 12 subsection 2. 12 subsection 2 is what? Due date of invoice or actual date of invoice, due date of invoice or actual date of invoice, or third one, date of payment. Due date of invoice, actual date of invoice, date of payment, whichever is earlier. However, notification 66/2017, remember this ones are very important. Notification 66/2017 says what? Where if he is a composition other than composition scheme person, or he is other than making specified actionable claims, then payment need not to be considered. So it is what? A or B, whichever is earlier. Then the transaction value of supply can be rejected. Sir, 15 subsection 1 says like transaction value itself can be taken as value of supply. Transaction value itself can be taken as what? Value of supply. Further, two conditions. Supplier and recipient should be unrelated. Price must be the sole consideration. If these two are satisfied, then transaction value is value of supply. Otherwise, it can be rejected. See here, buyer and seller are related and price is not the sole consideration. Reject. Products are sold at very low margins. No. MRP is greater than transaction value. No. So what is the conditions are when it can be rejected? Where the buyer and seller are related and price is not the sole consideration. Then, in case goods disposed by way of free samples, when goods are given as free samples, then ITC cannot be availed. Supplier cannot claim ITC on free samples. Sir, understand, ITC is given only when there is double taxation. When I am selling, if it is taxable, then on purchase I will be getting ITC. Okay, so only when there is double taxation, my sale also should get taxed. Then only I will be getting ITC. So here, supplier cannot avail ITC. Then, if goods are received in lots, 16 subsection 2 proviso. What does it say, sir? When goods are received in lots, batches or installments, then ITC can be availed only on receipt of last lot or last installment. ITC can be availed only on receipt of last lot or last installment. Then, a person who is liable to be registered under 22 or 24 shall apply for registration in every state or union territory in which he is liable within. Sir, when a person is liable to be registered, in which he is so liable, within how many days he should apply? Within 30 days from date of liability. Within 30 days. Okay. Sir, if the goods, 111, sir, the answer is, when the goods are received in installments, then when ITC can be taken only on receipt of last installment, option 3. Understand, na? Here it is like what? 30 days from the date. Then tax invoice. Tax invoice shall be prepared in what? Shall be prepared in triplicate. 3 copies you should prepare in case of goods. Whereas for services, 2 copies. 2 copies. The original to the recipient. Okay. The duplicate one to the transporter. The triplicate copy will be retained by the supplier. Whereas service, original will be given to the supplier, recipient, duplicate will be kept by the supplier. Then, annual return. Annual return is filed in which forms are? GSTR 9. And it should contain summary of all the GSTR 1 details. What is GSTR 1? GSTR 1 consists of your outward supplies. 3B consists of, 3B is the monthly return through which you pay taxes. GSTR 4 will be filed by a composition scheme person. So GSTR 9 is a summary which consists of all these. Then payment of tax is required before filing return, before or at the time of filing return. So without payment of tax, you cannot file return. So it should be before or at the time of filing return. Then aggregate turnover limit for opting composition scheme. Sir, what is the turnover limit for opting composition scheme? The turnover limit for opting composition scheme is what? 1.5 crores. Special category state na 75 lakhs. Then the calculation of aggregate turnover to decide. See, special category states na it is how much? 75 lakhs. Then the certificate of registration, when you are registered under GST, in which form the certificate will be given? It will be given in GST REZ01. GST REZ01, the certificate will be given. Okay, I have missed this one, sir. The calculation of aggregate turnover to decide the taxable minimum turnover will be based on. Sir, the aggregate turnover has to be calculated based on all India turnover basis. So option 2, all India turnover basis. The next one is like REZ01. Certificate of registration is issued in which form? REZ0 form. Then dealers who are not eligible for compounding scheme. So I mean composition scheme. Exporters, importers, interstate suppliers and those liable to remit tax on reverse charge basis, manufacturing dealers. Sir, who are not eligible now? All these are not. Exporters not eligible. Sir, specifically they didn't specify like exporters and importers. They mentioned this. Interstate suppliers are ineligible for composition scheme. Then, let me check once. Yes, that one only. Okay, sir, who are ineligible for composition scheme na since, okay, their service which is there with an unregistered person, stock, if it is held by a composition scheme person, when he is having stock which is purchased from unregistered person, when he makes interstate supplies, notified goods manufacturers, NRTP, casual taxable person, those are ineligible. Then various taxes has been subsumed into GST. One nation, one tax. Out of the following, determine which taxes have been subsumed. BCD, no, not subsumed, sir. Taxes on lotteries, subsumed. Taxes on advertisement, subsumed. So the answer is what? 2 and 3. Then, which of the following is not considered as goods? Good means, good includes, good excludes money. Goods means every kind of movable properties, sir. It excludes money and securities. So here, shares of unlisted company excluded. 10 paisa having sale value of 100. Sir, 10 paisa which was not into existence now, which was not accepted as legal tender. So it is not money. Lottery tickets are goods only, actionable claims. So that's why only 2 is not there. Is not, which is not considered as good na? 2. Only 2. Then, if tobacco leaves are procured from agriculturist by registered person, the applicability of RCM will be yes. Sir, 9 subsection 3. We have discussed the goods on which RCM is applicable. BTS couple, BD leaves, tobacco, silk yarn, raw cotton, then cashew nuts, used vehicles, priority sector lending certificates, lottery tickets, edible oil, metal scrap. So those are the goods on which RCM is applicable. So understand, tobacco leaves procured from agriculturists by a registered person. The RCM will be applicable. RCM is applicable. Sir, here the options are not given correctly, sir. Reverse charge applicable as this is a notified service delay. Notified good they should mention. Reverse charge is applicable if ABC. No, not option 2, not option 3. Okay, it will be what? Option 1 only, but they mention it as service, they should mention it as what? Good. Then, for a registered person, threshold limit for turnover in the preceding financial year for opting composition scheme. What is the composition scheme threshold, sir? 1.5 crores, 1.5 crores. Then, a supply that consists of 2 or more sub-pieces would be classified as provision that describe the variables that are subject to higher rate of taxation is called as what? Mixed supply. Mixed supply. GST stands for goods and service tax, and it is a tax system that covers a wide range of goods. GST is a goods and service tax, that is a tax system which covers wide range of goods as well as services. Okay, it covers wide range of goods, services. So okay, so it would be much more better, sir, because they are only giving us like one option. Wide range of goods. GST stands for goods and service tax, and it is a tax system that covers wide range of products, systems, and even exports also. Then, sir, here the correct answer should be goods only, sir, because it covers wide range of goods. The sentence in the material will shows it as like goods only, even though others also feels like correct only, but it offers wide range of goods only, the correct answer. Then, which of the following is the exclusions from computation of aggregate turnover? Aggregate turnover includes taxable supplies, exempted supplies, zero rated supplies, supplies made by principal agent on behalf of principal, interstate supplies between distinct persons. So the value of inward supplies on which, okay, all these taxable supplies, exempt supply, exports, all these 3 has to be included. Which has to be excluded? Inward supplies on which tax is payable under RCM. Then in case of manufacturer, except ice cream, pan masala, tobacco, what is the composition scheme rate, sir? 0.5 plus 0.5%. You should take 0.5 only, sir, not 1. 0.5 only you should take. Okay. Whether a registered person under composition scheme shall claim ITC? No. If you register under composition scheme, you are not eligible to avail ITC. What is the time of supply of goods in case of forward charge? Date of issue of invoice or date of invoice? Earlier of A and B. What is the time of supply of vouchers? When the vouchers are identifiable. In case of identifiable vouchers, the time of supply is date of issue of vouchers. Date of issue of vouchers. Then, which of the following shall not be included in value of supply? As per 15 subsection 2, what and all has to be includable in value of supply? Interest shall not be, sir. This GST shall not be included. Interest should be included. Late fee should be included. Commission shall also be included. GST alone shall not be included. Then, the value of supply shall include in all the taxes except GST. So, first point included. Interest, late fee for penalty or delayed payment include. Subsidies given by other than central and state government include. So, the answer is what? All of the above. The answer is all of the above. Then, when can the transaction value be rejected for computation of value of supply? When the transaction value can be rejected, sir? When both the supplier and recipient are related or price is not the sole consideration. So, here it can be rejected. Then, what deductions are allowed from transaction value? I mean, what can be subtracted? Discounts offered can be subtracted. Packing charges add. Amount paid by customer on behalf of supplier add. Freight charges add. Discounts only you can subtract. So, discount is the correct answer. Then, Rule 30. Rule 30 under CGST rules provides that value of supply of goods services are both on such. Sir, this Rule 30, usually we don't teach it in inter-level. But since there is an MCQ, try to memorize this one. Okay, what is the answer, sir? Rule 30, you should take cost into 110%. So, the answer is what? 110. Then, where the goods are being sent or taken on sale on approval basis, then the invoice shall be issued when? Before or at the time of supply, or 6 months from the date of removal. 6 months from the date of removal. So, it is earlier of A or B. Then, which of the following is not a supply under CGST Act? Which of the following is not a supply? They are asking. Goods supply free of cost to his agents for further supply to customer at 5,000, for which invoice will be issued by agent in his own name. Sir, this is a supply, sir. This is a supply. Even though there is no consideration as per schedule 1, this is supply. Then, importation of accounting service free of cost from dependent father. Sir, import of service from whom? Free of cost from father. This is not what? Not a supply. Import of service will be treated as supply. For a consideration, it is treated as supply. Without consideration, it should be treated as supply. Without consideration, it should be treated as supply when both are related, and it should be in the course or furtherance of business. But here it's for what? Importation of accounting service, sir, it is supply only. Importation of accounting service for business purpose only, even though no consideration, they are related. So, it is what? Supply, schedule 1. Then, a machinery disposed of free of cost on which ITC is availed. This is also supply, schedule 1. Permanent transfer of disposal of business assets. Import of service without consideration. Then, principal to agent. All these three are covered under schedule 1. But if you look at the third one, an expensive watch is gifted to an employee for 50,000. No other gifts are provided. Sir, here proviso will come into picture. What does it say? Where the value of gift given is less than 50,000, less than 50 or equal to 50,000, then it is not a supply. Then, the term casual taxable person includes. Casual taxable person means whom, sir? A personal occasionally supplies goods, services, or both, either as principal or as an agent, but who has no fixed place of business in such state. occasionally supplies goods, service or both in a state or union territory where he has no fixed place of business. A person occasionally supplies goods, service or both in a state or union territory where he has no. So which is the right answer? A. Option A. Then Mr. X of Delhi is participating in High-Tech Furniture Expo in Haryana, where he has no fixed place of business and exhibiting his products. During the expo, the said products will be sold to the people attending the purchase such products. In such scenario, X shall obtain which of the following registration? Sir, X of Delhi just went to Haryana for what? For exhibition. Sir, he has no fixed place of business in Haryana. So he should register as what? CTP. An exempt supply. What does exempted supply includes? Exempted supply includes supplies which are exempted by way of notification, nil rated supplies, and even non-taxable supplies. So it is what? All of the above. All of the above is the correct answer. Then, which of the following service is notified by government for e-commerce operator? Sir, under 9 subsection 5, certain services are notified with respect to which the tax has to be paid by e-commerce operator. What are those covered? Service by way of transportation of passengers by a radio taxi, covered under 9 subsection 5. Accommodations in hotels, covered by 9 subsection 5. Housekeeping such as plumbing, carpenting, covered under 9 subsection 5. So the answer is all of the above. Then, a hotel owner providing accommodation in Haryana through ECO, the hotel owner is not liable to register. Then who is liable to pay? Sir, if the hotel owner is registered now, hotel owner will only pay GST. Here hotel owner is not registered now, then who will pay? E-commerce operator will pay. Then, state the tax liability of satellite launch services provided to both international and domestic customers by Antrix Corporation. So the services provided by Antrix Corporation by way of launching satellite services are exempted. Launching satellite services are what? Exempted. Then zero rated supply. What does a zero rated supply includes? Zero rated supply includes supplies to SEZ, and even exports. So it is what? Both 1 and 2. A registered person is eligible to claim refund in respect of goods, export of goods and services in the following cases. Sir, actually this MCQ you could leave, sir, outrightly. They are not going to ask this in the interlevel. Then, if place of supply is in territorial waters, then what will be considered as place of supply? Sir, place of supply means destination. You guys, hello, how many of you went to Goa? Any of you went to Goa? In Goa, there will be casinos, okay, which will be there in the middle of the sea, okay, in waters. So, from casino or in such kind of cruise ships and all services provided, what is the place of supply? Destination. The destination is nothing but what? The coastal state or union territory, which is the nearest point to appropriate baseline. See, understand? Territorial waters. From the territorial waters, the service is provided. So what should be the destination? Because it is seen nearest. Okay. Nearest coastal state or union territory will be taken as what? The appropriate place of supply. Then, what is the time of supply of service if invoice is issued within 30 days from date of provision of service? If invoice is issued within 30 days, then the time of supply is date of invoice or date of payment. It is what? Date of invoice or date of payment, whichever is earlier. Time of supply in case of RCM, 61st day, nothing but date immediately following 60 days. Sir, they won't refer 61 in any provision. Immediate to 60 day, next day. That's why I'm saying it as 61st day. Or date of payment entered into books of accounts, whichever is earlier. Whichever is what? Earlier. Understood? Then understand what is the time of value of services rendered is 1 lakh. Date of issue of invoice is 5th October. Advance received 25,000 on 25th September. Balance amount received on 7th October. What is the time of supply for 1 lakh? Sir, understand, when you are determining time of supply for service, okay, determining time of supply for service, if you receive advance money and balance money separately, where the total payment is not made in a single installment, then you need to decide time of supply separately. For 25,000 you should do separately, and for 75,000 you should do separately. For 25,000, date of payment is what? 20th September. Whereas invoice is issued on what? 5th October, which is earlier 20th September. Whereas for this other 75,000, payment is received on what? 7th October. Whereas invoice is on what? 5th October. So for 75,000, 5th October. For 25,000, 20th September. See, 20th September for 25,000 and 5th October for 75,000. This is the correct answer. Then, whether on credit on input should be availed based on receipt of documents or goods? Yes. 16 subsection 2 says like ITC can be availed only on receipt of goods and services. Only on receipt of goods and services, not documents. Receipt of goods. Then the supply of goods to SEZ. The supply of goods to SEZ unit is treated as dash in the hands of supplier. It is a zero rated supply. Supply of goods to SEZ is what? Zero rated supply. Then on supply of OIDR services by a person located in taxable territory to a non-taxable on-rail recipient. On supply of OIDR services by a person located in taxable territory to an NTOR who is liable to pay GST. The recipient or supplier are both. Who is liable to pay GST in that case? On supply of OIDR service, who is liable to pay GST? It's like recipient is only liable to pay GST, sir. Sorry. In case of OIDR services by a person located in taxable territory to an NTOR, so it has to be paid by whom? Supplier only. Supplier is the correct answer. Supplier. Then if location of supplier is in territorial waters, then what will be the location of supplier? Coastal state where the nearest point of appropriate baseline. Then the limit of exclusive economic zone of India is dash from the nearest point. Exclusive economic zone extends up to 200 nautical miles. Then which of the following is a taxable event for imported goods? The taxable event for imported goods is like date on which goods cross the customs barrier. Date on which goods cross the customs barrier. It's not date of presentation of bill of entry, date of entry into territorial waters. It is what? Date on which the goods cross customs barrier. Then BCD on imported goods is levied at the rates specified in. The customs duty rates are levied where? They are levied in the first schedule of tariff act. They are levied in the first schedule of tariff act. Then for the purpose of computing IGST on imported goods, one of the following shall not be included in the value of computation. For the purpose of computing IGST, which shall not be included? You should include anti-dumping duty, social welfare surcharge, but you should not include GST compensation cess. Then where the insurance amount is not available in customs, what you should take? 1.125% of the FOB. 1.125%. Then where the transportation charge is not available, for ascertaining the assessable value, the percentage of FOB value shall be taken as where where the transportation charges is not available for ascertaining the assessable value, the percentage of FOB value to be taken is what? 20%. Then transportation charges incurred by importer for transportation of goods from factory to the port shall be added. Yes. Yes is the correct answer. As per section 231, person in charge means for vessel master, for train conductor or guard, for vehicle driver. Answer is all of the above. Then Goods which are same in all aspects, including physical quantity, are known as what? Identical goods. Are known as what? Identical goods. Then, does buying commission shall be added? No, buying commission shall not be added in the assessable value. Buying commission shall not be added in the assessable value. Then, any article or thing which is imported into India shall be leviable to IGST at a rate not exceeding 40%. So the answer is what? 40%. Then, any article or thing which is imported into India is liable to a duty equivalent of excise duty for the time being in force. The duty is called as countervailing duty. Countervailing duty. Then, the maximum rate of additional duty that can be levied is 4%. Countervailing duties are equivalent of excise duty, na? That is what? Countervailing duty. The maximum rate of additional duty is how much? 4%. Then, in which of the following conditions are satisfied, the central government may provide for enhancement of import duty. Goods should be specified in first schedule, first thing, and the central government satisfied that circumstances exist which is necessary for enhancement of import duties. Answer is both 1 and 2. Central government can impose safeguard duty if it is satisfied that there are increased imports of such goods into India and such increased imports has caused or threatening to cause. Threatening to cause. So here understand, sir, any article is imported to in India in increased quantities and such increased importation is causing or threatening to cause. So the answer is both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. Then, the total period of safeguard duty. The safeguard duty is restricted to how many years, sir? The total period of safeguard duty is restricted to 5 years, sir. Okay. Let us check once again. Sorry, 10 years. 10 years, sir, it is like 10 years. Okay, total, along with extension they are asking, right? Okay, 10 years. Then, an appeal filed under 9B, if any appeal is filed, it should be, sir, this appeal and all, this is nowhere relevant, sir. Don't even read this MCQ. Not relevant also for us. As per section 14, transaction value shall be including in addition to price of any amount paid. The amount paid or payable for cost and service including commission and brokerage add, engineering add, royalty and license add. So the answer is all of the above. Then, as per section 14, transaction value shall also include what? Cost of transportation to the place of transportation, insurance, design work, all of the above. For imported goods, the conversion in value shall be done with reference to rate of exchange. Sir, which date's rate of exchange you should take? The rate of exchange as on the date of submission of bill of entry. Bill of entry. So it is like what? Option 1. Then, for the purpose of customs, the rate of exchange given by whom has to be considered? CBIC exchange rate has to be considered. Then, subsection 2 of section 14 provides that board may fix for any class of goods. What could fix? Tariff value. Sir, what does it mean by tariff value? Certain goods are taxed on transaction value. Let's say 5,000 is the sale value, na, on that tax will be levied. Tariff value, na, like crude oil is taxed on tariff value. Per liter 5 rupees, per liter 20 rupees. Like that if it is taxed, then that is called as what? Tariff value. Then, the term similar goods. Sir, similar goods, na, that doesn't look like same, but have similar functionalities. That doesn't look like same. Although not alike in aspects, have like characteristics, like components, enable them to perform the same functions. Performed in the country in which goods are being valued, by the same person. So all of the above is the answer. The loading and unloading handling charges associated with the delivery of imported goods at the place of importation shall be. The loading and unloading charges associated with the delivery of imported goods. So there is no such percentage for unloading and handling charges. So it is what? 0 only. Or the cost of transport, how much ever incurred, that only can be taken. Next, where the goods are sent back as such to foreign country, owing to which the following reasons is considered as re-exportation. Okay, when it is considered as re-exportation, goods not conforming to specification, re-exportation only. Not permitted to be imported, so you send back, re-exportation only. Goods are after being imported, temporarily retained in the country, later taken out of the country. Other words, the very objective of importation was limited to temporary retention in India. All these cases it is re-exportation only. Then under section 74, when goods are capable of easily identified, the total paid and which any duty has been paid on importation, dash percentage, sir, maximum, how much of duty will be given as duty drawback? 98%. Sir, these three, this not applicable for you, not applicable for you. CBIC has clarified that safeguard duties, anti-dumping duties, countervailing duties in terms of section. So why all this has been given to you? Okay, in terms of 75. In terms of what? 75. The last answer is like what? 75. So we have completed the MCQ part, sir. What I suggest you is like go and solve these MCQs. The MCQs are going to be easy only. From the booklet only you will get most of the MCQs. Go and solve. Okay. Then coming to the questions, sir, I don't think, because since many of students are having less time, right, DT and IDT. So what I tell you is like, instead of relying on me now, what I suggest you guys is like, go and watch the marathon. Which marathon you will watch? The inter-level 1 marathon we have released, right? There, whatever the chapter you need, that you can watch there. Okay? So I think this MCQs part we have discussed now. This is fine for us now. Okay, all the best. Write the exams well. Okay.